Good morning everyone. We are here for the second session of the gardening program that we are conducting in this school. Today what we are going to do is we are going to learn how to plant these things in the first place. So we will learn to plant them from the seeds. This is the first method of propagation we are going to learn. And for this program, first we will be planting the stuff that's very simple to grow. This is called Chinese cabbage. So this is the first variety that we are going to grow today. And this we have over here is holy basil. It's a type of basil, and these are cucumbers. So all these we will be planting when our terrace is ready. Today we'll be just doing the Chinese cabbages, and there are some key information that you have to look for while buying the seed packets. Firstly, the brand name. So it's very important to know, especially if you are a farmer or if you are doing something, growing something commercially, whether be it some gardening plants or flowering plants. You have to know which brand you are planting so that you can take the information and you can keep it for later reference. So the brand name of this seed variety is called Chia Tai, and usually people identify these types of packets by this aeroplane logo on the top. And after that we are coming to which type of cucumbers we are going. This one is called Cucumber Amata 3. So this is the variety of cucumbers. So you can't just simply go to a shop and say, oh, I want cucumbers. You need to look for specific characters. So because nowadays we have a lot of types of cucumbers in our markets, lots of types of watermelons, chilies. So that's depending on the requirement of the consumer and the markets you are supplying. So suppose if you are buying this for home use, this is a very ordinary looking cucumber, right? So the best you can do is, if you're selling this, you can sell it for maybe 8 rupiah per kg. It doesn't fetch you a very good value in the market, but there are very good varieties of cucumbers that come in dark green skin, which has a nice gloss to it, and it's very attractive. So if you're trying to sell that in the market, you can fetch a very good price for that, maybe 20 to 25 rupiah per kg. What we are planting today is a Chinese cabbage, and this is the variety name over here, Manikaran. The rest of the information is displayed on the back, and it will vary from packet to packet. So first we'll have a look at over here. So this is the weight of the packet displayed in grams, the 10. So you can find packets that are 2 grams, 5 grams, 10, 15 and 20. So you have to buy the packets based on your requirement. This one is just 2 grams. So if you are trying to grow some stuff at home, it's better to start off with a smaller packet. So ideally you will buy a 2-gram packet for your home use. And if you have more area, if you're a farmer, you will go for 10 or 15 or 20. The next most important information is the percentage displayed over here. That's called the germination percentage. This percentage figure displayed at the back. That means if you plant 100 seeds from this packet, 85% of it will germinate. 85 seeds will germinate, and the next 15% not so. Okay, so you can decide the quality of the packet but just by looking at the percentage of germination. Lastly, the expiry date. Seeds will expire, and some of them have been coated with pesticides to prevent fungal rots and attack from insects. The information says the packet has already expired 2018, but there are ways, there are techniques how you can preserve the seeds even beyond the expiry date. Once we buy them, you have to keep them in a cool place. The bottom chamber of the refrigerator is a good place to keep them so that you can use them longer. After opening, what we'll do is we'll take the amount of seeds we need, and after that we will take a stapler, we will seal it up and leave it in the refrigerator. Okay, by doing that we can keep a seed packet for a very long time, not in the freezer but in the refrigerator, the cooler part. So that's all about the seed packets. The next step is finding what you are going to sow the seeds. This is called a seedling tray. So you will plant the seeds in this one, and once they germinate and once they grow to a certain size, we will transplant them to its final location, like here in a box, in a pot, in a bag, in the ground. So before transplanting, the seeds will be resting in this. That makes it very easy for us to transport them and provide the required environmental conditions for the seedlings. That's why we are planting in this one. Or if you don't have one like that at home, you can just plant it in a pot as well, or any container, but it's important to have holes at the bottom. So all the pots here, they have holes at the bottom to drain the excess water. So always make sure of that. And the seedling trays also, they have holes at the bottom to drain off the excess water. So the next item we have here is called cocoa fiber or cocoa peat. There's no soil in this, there's no compost in this. This is just dried coconut fiber. So what you see when the coconut falls down and the husk is taken out, people dry them and process them and then produce this byproduct, and it holds on to moisture and it's very good for seed germination. The water will drain freely, it will hold on to moisture, and that's what the seeds require at the earlier stage. So we are going to learn how to do this when we're starting off. I'll just do one. So take some cocoa fiber, put it in a cell, press down a little bit. And then we are done. So once you are done, make sure it's just a little bit below the edge of the tray, not right level, just a little bit below. Take the seeds. So we are going to plant 2 seeds in each cell. Just because if one fails, then the next one will germinate. That's what we are aiming at here. So these are very, very small, so you may not be able to see them. Once you plant that, it's not visible now. So always remember, you will cover the top only after planting in all the cells. Otherwise you will just mess it up and you will know where the seeds are, and you will end up replanting again. So after finishing the planting, we will spray the whole tray with this, just to keep it soaked in water so that the seeds will germinate. And the most important thing is, this will grow very fast. So if we are planting them today, they will germinate day after tomorrow. So the latest within 3 days they will have germinated. Okay, so we'll start from here. So just take some cocoa peat, just so start filling the trays. So I'll show you the faster way to do this. So when you're starting an empty tray like that, take some more, okay? So keep it in 2-3 locations and spread it. So next we are going to do the planting. So now our tray is ready. Once the tray is ready, first it's always best to spray some water on top so that the substrate will settle down. For seeds to germinate, it will always need moisture and some amount of heat. So if you sow the seeds and keep it in the air-conditioned room, it will not germinate very well. It's best to leave them outside. And always make sure you don't leave them in direct sunlight or direct rain. Okay, so now we take the seed packet, and now you're going to plant. Come forward one by one. They are tiny, so you can plant 2 to 3 in each cell. Just plant 2 to 3 seeds in each cell when he's done. In the natural process, there's nobody coming and sprinkling soil onto the seeds, right? That's usually done naturally by some animals, by wind action, by weather, climate factors, and blah blah. Okay. So what we are going to see is right now is how it happens naturally once the seed falls. So let's say this is the soil, and from the trees above, they get natural covering. So this is a practice we actually do to retain the moisture in the soil. So in this situation, we are doing just something we get naturally from these trees above us. So we are providing a mulch protection for the seeds. So we will just cover them up like this. The reason why we can't do this with the seedling tray is because it does not have any edge, and if a gentle wind blows, then it will blow all the leaves over. But if it's a pot, you can do it like this and just let it be. So the important thing is for you to know when will they germinate. So after 2 to 3 days, you have to have a look, and if that starts germination, then it's fine. You have to move them to a sunny spot. Okay, you can't keep them in shade when they start germinating. So in this situation, what we can do is to do something similar like that. We can put a newspaper on top, or any kind of paper that does not have ink. Plain white paper is fine, or a piece of cloth is fine. You can just put it on top and then spray on top of that. So that's fine. Within 2 days, you will take it out and the seeds will be germinating. So once you are done, again, it's good to spray some water. And because this is a very short-term crop, we will not be required to spray again before it germinates. But if it's something like tomatoes or eggplants or chilies, they will take around 7 to 9 days to germinate. So in that case, you will have to spray a couple of times before they germinate. If it's a short-term crop, you can just do it once, because this will germinate within 2 to 3 days. You don't need to spray again. So now we are done. And now what we'll do is we will go and have a look at the place we are preparing for these plants once they are ready to grow. So the top terrace we are preparing in such a manner that these plants will get what they need to grow well. So now we can head back up there and have a look what's going on for the future classes. So you'll notice that we have covered this area with a kind of polythene that's transparent. This is where we're going to look after our baby plants, and this is where we'll keep our hydroponic system. The rest of the house will be open like that, so that plants like tomatoes and eggplant can get all the sunlight they need. All right?